All right, we're on chapter 8, Dragon Water, and we just left off with the samurai seeing Jack and Annie. All right, so now we're on chapter 8, Dragon Water. Jack and Annie crouched down together. Samurai were on both sides of them now. They were trapped. Jack pressed against the rock. The warrior stepped closer and closer. He looked to the right. He looked to the left. Jack held his breath. "Be nature," whispered Annie. "Be nature." "What?" Jack whispered back. "Be nature. Be a rock." Oh, brother, thought Jack. This was nuts. But he squeezed his eyes shut, and then he tried to be part of the rock. Jack tried to be as still as the rock, as solid as the rock, as quiet as the rock. Soon, he started feeling as strong as a rock, as safe as the rock. He wanted to be the rock forever. Squeak, squeak. "He's gone," said Annie. "They're all gone." Jack opened his eyes. The samurai warrior was gone. Jack stood up and looked over the rock. Their tortures were gone too. "Let's go," said Annie. Jack took a deep breath. Oh, he felt great. He was getting more and more like a ninja every minute, maybe even like a ninja master. "East," he said. And they went east, down the mountain, between the rocks, until they came to the wide, icy stream. The water seemed even wilder than before. "I don't see the treehouse," said Annie. Jack looked across the stream to the dark grove of trees. Moonlight shone on their pale flowers. But where was the treehouse? "I don't see it either," said Jack. "We have to cross the water first. Then we will try to find it." The water was crashing and rushing over the rocks. Squeak, squeak. The mouse poked her head out from the pouch. "Don't be afraid," said Annie. "Don't be afraid," petted the little mouse head. "Be like us. Be like a ninja too." "Let's go," said Jack. He took a deep breath and stepped into the stream. The icy water swirled to his knees. The current knocked him over. Jack grabbed some weeds. He held on tight as the water swirled around him. He was freezing to death. It was so cold. "Jack!" Annie grabbed Jack's arms. She helped him back onto the bank. Jack wiped his glasses. Luckily, they hadn't fallen off in the water. "Are you okay?" said Annie. No, not really," said Jack. His teeth were chattering. He was chilled to the bone. "We'll never get across," said Annie. "We'll drown if we try." This is her pulling Jack out of the water. "We'll drown if we try, or freeze to death," said Jack. He pulled off the hood of his sweatshirt. He didn't feel like much of a ninja anymore. Annie pulled off her hood too. She sighed. "What can we do?" Squeak, squeak. Peanut climbed out of Annie's sweatshirt pouch and leaped onto the ground. "Peanut, come back," Annie called. "Come back." "No," said Jack. "We have to follow Peanut." "Why?" asked Annie. "We have to do what the master said," said Jack. "Follow nature." In the moonlight, Jack saw the little mouse. It was running through the grass along the stream. "There," he cried. "Come on." Annie hurried after Jack. Jack hurried after Peanut. They ran beside the brushing waters. A moonlit branch had fallen across a narrow part of the stream. It touched both shores. The mouse was running over the branch. "Peanut's going over the bridge," said Annie. She started to follow. "Wait," cried Jack. "We can't go on that branch. It's too small. It'll break." Chapter 9, Mouse Walk. The mouse vanished into the tall grass on the other side of the stream. Jack and Annie stared at the branch. "We have to try to cross it," said Annie. "We're supposed to follow nature." "Forget it," said Jack. "It's too little. It'll crack in a second." "Well, maybe if we pretend we're mice, we can do it," said Annie. "Oh, brother," said Jack. "Not again." "If you could be a rock, you can be a mouse," said Annie. "Just be teeny and light and very fast." Jack took a deep breath. "We have to," said Annie. "Okay," said Jack. "Say squeak," said Annie. "You're nuts," said Jack. "Just do it," said Annie. "It'll help you feel more like a mouse." "Squeak," said Annie. "Squeak, squeak." "Squeak, squeak, squeak, squeak," they both said together. "Let's go. Hurry," said Annie. Jack stepped onto the branch. "I'm teeny, I'm light, I'm fast," he thought. Then he darted across the branch. Jack moved so quickly he didn't think about anything except getting to the other side. He forgot the wild, freezing water. He just forgot. He forgot the smallness of the branch. Suddenly, Jack was on the other side. Suddenly, Annie was right beside him. They laughed and they fell together in the grass. See, the branch didn't break, said Annie. I guess it was big enough, said Jack. I guess we had to think the right way. The peanut way, said Annie. Yes, said Jack, smiling. He felt great. He was still wet from his fall into the stream, but he didn't mind anymore. Jack pushed his glasses into place and stood up. Okay, now we just have to find the treehouse, said Jack. No, we don't, said Annie. Look up there. The treehouse was outlined against the moonlit sky, high in a tree, surrounded by white flowers. In the distance came the sound of voices. Then Jack saw flames. The samurai are coming back, said Jack. We have to go. Where's Peanut, said Annie. Peanut! We can't leave Peanut. We have to, said Jack. The voices of the samurai were getting so close, and so were their torches. Come on, said Jack. He grabbed Annie's hand. He pulled her up towards the rope ladder. Oh, Jack, she said sadly. Peanut. Go. Annie started up the rope ladder. Jack followed. He felt sad too. He liked the little mouse now. He liked it a lot. They climbed up, and just before they got to the top, Jack heard it. Squeak, squeak. Oh, wow, cried Annie. Peanut's inside. Annie pulled herself into the treehouse. Jack followed. He gasped. Someone else was in the treehouse too. A dark figure was sitting in the corner. You have done well, the figure said. It was the ninja master. You have followed the way of the ninja, he said. Oh man, breathed Jack. Squeak. The master was holding Peanut. Take good care of your little helper, he said, handing the mouse to Annie. Annie kissed the mouse's tiny head. And take this, said the master. He held out his hand to Jack. He gave Jack a small round stone. This moonstone will help you find your missing friend, the master said. Jack stared at the stone. Was this one of the 4 things? You must go home now, said the master. He picked up the Pennsylvania book and handed it to Annie. Where did you find it? Asked Jack. Here, said the master. You did not see it before, because your heart knew you had a mission to complete first. What about you? Said Annie. Can you come with us? Yes, said Jack. Please, we need help finding Morgan. The master smiled. No, my friends. Here's the picture. You must stay here. There will be more help along the way, but you must find the way on your own. Annie opened the book. She found the picture of Frog Creek. She pointed to it. I wish we could go there, she said. The wind started to blow. The white flowers started to shake. Clouds covered the moon. Remember, the master said, keep a kind heart. Keep a kind heart. Then he swung silently down the rope ladder. He disappeared into the dark night. Wait, called Jack. There was so much he wanted to ask the master about nature, about ninjas, and about their mission. But the treehouse started to spin. It spun faster and faster. Jack gripped the stone in his hand. He squeezed his eyes shut, and everything was still. Absolutely still. Chapter 10. Good night, Peanut. Jack opened his eyes. Then he opened his fist. He stared down at the moonstone and it was in his hand. It was clear and smooth, and it almost seemed to glow. We're home, said Annie. Squeak, squeak. Hi, baby. Squeak, squeak. Annie and the mouse were looking out the window. This is Bear, by the way. You probably already met Bentley. This is Bear. Jack looked with them. The sun was setting in the distance. No time at all had passed in Frog Creek. They heard their neighbor's dog Henry bark. They heard the crickets chirping. In the distance, they could see their dad step out of their house. He stood on their porch. Jack, Annie, he called. Time for dinner. Coming, said Annie, coming. Jack sat back on his heels. He looked at the moonstone again. I guess we have one of the 4 things, he said. Bear, shush. We'll look for the other 3 tomorrow, Annie said. Jack nodded. They had a lot more work to do. He put the moonstone in his pocket, and then he pulled out his pack. Ready, he said. Wait, said Annie. She took off one of her sneakers. She pulled off her sock. Then she put her sneaker back on. I'm making a bed, she said. A what? A bed, for Peanut to sleep in. She tucked it in. She picked up the mouse, and then she tucked it inside her sock. Good night, Peanut, she said softly. Squeak, squeak. Oh, brother, said Jack. Annie held the mouse close to Jack. Kiss it goodnight, Jack. Kiss it goodnight. Don't be silly. Let's go, said Jack. Thanks for helping us, Annie said to the mouse. She put Peanut gently down on the glowing M. She pulled Morgan's message out of her pouch and put it next to the mouse. See you tomorrow, she said, and then she started down the ladder. Jack stared at the mouse and looked back at him for a second. For a moment, its dark eyes looked old and wise. Come on, Jack, said Annie, come on. Jack kissed its tiny head. Night-night, Peanut, he whispered. And then Jack headed down the rope ladder. It got darker and darker as he went. By the time he stepped on the ground, it was almost completely black. Where are you, said Jack. Here, said Annie. Her hand bumped his. He took it. Careful, he said. Careful yourself, she said. Together, they took off through the cool, dark woods. They moved silently and swiftly, two shadow warriors returning home. All right, that's the end. Yay! The end of Magic Tree House number 5, Night of the Ninjas. And I'm gonna start on a new book later, all right? So join me, I'm Kelly. You met my dog Bentley and Bear, and come back, and K1 friends or K2 or anybody from Park, anybody anywhere. Have a great, wonderful day. Give yourself a big hug, and see you later. Bye.